Good morning, traders, and welcome to the opening trade. I'm Ayla. All right, before we get started, don't forget to first read and understand our disclosures found by both link and text in the description of this video. All right, we're going to take a look at our current sim account balance. Let me pull that over here. Here we go. Simulated the opening trade. Here's our cash value. Last three columns will change once we do some manual trades or see R2 automated trades if the parameters are met for those automated trades. Okay, so talking about those two automated trades we could see today later in this live stream, they're going to be on the ES and then the NQ. Again, that's as long as the parameters for the automated trades are met. So let's take a look at the 90-day backtest results for these two automated trades that we could potentially see later in this live stream today. Now, these two automated trades will fire if they're going to fire 10 minutes after the New York market has opened. That's just my personal preference. So you need to do what's comfortable with you, right? All right. So 90-day backtest results. Here we go. 90-day date range. Here's our max drawdown, the gross loss, the gross profit, and the total net profit there. And this again is for NASDAQ futures. All right. So the other automated trade we could potentially see today is going to be on the ES, which again is S&P 500 futures, of course, because we're a future girl. All right, so here we are is our 90 day. Here's our 90-day. Here's the max drawdown, the gross loss, the gross profit, and the total net profit there. Again, this is S&P 500. All right, so what do we have going on today? Yesterday was the day, wasn't it? It sure was. All right, so today we are seeing that at 8:15 Eastern Standard Time, the ADP non-farm employment change came out. So that has come out, and then at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, the trade balance came out. And then at 10 a.m., what we're all waiting for is when Fed Chair Powell testifies again, the job openings. And then at 10:30 Eastern Standard Time, we have the crude oil inventories, the 10-year bond auction this afternoon at 1:01 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 2 p.m., we're going to see the beige book being released. Again, that's Eastern Standard Time. And then tomorrow, we have quite a few reports coming out. So there's the Challenger job cuts year over year at 7:30. At 8:30, will be the unemployment claims. At 10 a.m., the FOMC member bar speaks. At 10:30, the natural gas storage report is released. In the afternoon at 1:01 Eastern Standard, the 30-year bond auction will take place. And then again, Friday, we need to be aware of the average hour earnings month over month and the non-farm employment change, as well as the unemployment rate. All right, so we have less than 5 minutes before we see the New York Open take place. So let's take a look through our charts. here. We can see the Nasdaq's right on the 200 period EMA right now. The ES is right below it. The Dow is right on it. The Russell's right above it. And crude oil is the only one not sitting on the 200 period EMA at this time. We have less than 3 minutes before our first, we have less than 3 minutes before we see the New York market open. That's what I'm trying to say. Excuse me. All right, so let's take a look what's happening in the news here. We got performance shipping signs contract for purchase of LNG ready crude oil tanker with a scrubber. Healthcare stocks are flat to lower pre-bell today. OESCO Green Acquisition Limited announced extension and amount of redemption. Roku hires Dan Jetta as Chief Financial Officer. I bet that guy's pretty jazzed. U.S. stock futures struggle to recover as more comments from the Fed's Powell loom. Orgenex appoints Janet Huffman as Chief Financial Officer. VC funding dwindles in February. Let's take a look through the charts here. We're seeing crude oil is below. We have the Russell on the 200, the Dow on the 200, the Nasdaq on the 200, and the ES right below the 200. Core Scientific announces February 2023 production and operations update. Stock futures waver ahead of more Fed testimony. We know that will be going on this later on this day 2 of Fed Chair Powell testimony. All right, so China's Shein is set to raise $2 billion, eyes up U.S. IPO later this year. In Hypothetical shares rise pre-market as FDA lifts clinical hold. I'm sure I butchered that. The ticker is IKT. All right, bad economic data won't be good for stocks, but good data will be even worse, this JP Morgan technical strategist says. All right, so we have less than 1 minute here, and we're going to see the New York Open. So I'm going to take a look here. Here we are on the ES. You see the ES is about to hit the 200 EMA. The NASDAQ is pulling above a little bit. Here we have the Dow is right either on it or below it. The Russell sitting level, and crude oil is below, excuse me, the 200 period EMA. So when the market opens in just a second, the market should be open. I have a I'm looking for this candle, the current candle that's open, to close in the green. If it closes in the green, it's matching my step 2, which then I will hit buy market after making sure that I have everything in place to do so. All right, so just waiting here for this candle. give myself a little bit easier view. So let's see. Well, and it was a red candle. So that's alright. I'm still looking. So the market's been open about a minute. What are we seeing here? We're seeing some big movement here in the Russell. There was a lot of movement in the Dow. The Nasdaq just shot off like a rocket. And S&P is also trying to make a giant move as well. But Nasdaq's really going for it, isn't it? All right, so again, let me go back over to the crude oil chart because this is the chart I personally choose to look at to trade right when the market has opened. If I can get my mouse to work, here we go. Don't forget to first read and understand our disclosures found both by link and text in the description of this video. We would like to thank you for watching, liking, and subscribing. We greatly appreciate it. Our systems are automated and they are live when enabled by the user. They run in the U.S. equity futures markets, and free trials to automated trading systems are on our website at theopeningtrade.com. Today you will see me use, hopefully, the automated trading system if the parameters are met, as well as take some three-step manual trades. As long as all the indicators are there for me to feel comfortable. And that's the other thing is you must do what feels comfortable for you. So you need to make sure that you understand and read all associated risks so that way you can make choices you are comfortable with. So I would like to make sure to give first the ES and the NQ a chance to do its automated trade. They're not going to really focus on those until it's time for their automated trade to take place, and then we'll be taking a look at that. In the meantime, I would like to focus more attention here on the Dow, the Russell, and the crude oils, just looking to see if there is a possible little trade in there, a manual three-step trade I could take. Not saying that the trade's going to be little, I'm just saying we're looking for a good opportunity to take a manual trade. So here we see that the Russell is seeing quite a bit of movement down on the downside below the 200 period EMA, as well as the Dow is turned around and is coming back down below the 200 period EMA. It's trying to come back up. All right, so I'm going to get here close to getting ready. Hopefully, I'll be able to take a manual trade here once this current candle closes. It's looking like it could potentially be green, and then I'm looking for my step one here to turn the candle green once the candle has closed. You can see right now the candle's red, but it's a different kind of red, and it's got the white border, which means it's an open candle. So we don't know if it's really red or green yet at this time. But if that candle does close into the green, at that time, I see that my step one and my step two would both be in the green. And what do we do when we're in the green? We buy the market. So I am currently using our new three-step manual trading for this, and we will have a video detailing it coming out hopefully later today. All right, so this candle should be getting pretty close to closing. So we're just going to be ready and in place in hopes that it closes as a green candle. And it did not, it closed as a red candle. Okay, so, and I saw that step 2 here has turned red. So that means it's time for me to look at my other charts here because that's what it is time to do based off of my steps. So here we're looking at the Russell. We're seeing it's all red all the way down. It's still moving down. So we're going to take a look here. All right, so here is the Dow. The Dow is, you're seeing it's staying pretty close to the 200 period EMA. And so, I mean, we do know that there is a lot going on today. We know that, again, the Fed Chair Powell testifies at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that the job opening happens at the exact same time. So those are things that are affecting what we're seeing here today. We would like to thank you for watching, liking, subscribing. We greatly appreciate it, and we have free trials to automated trading systems on our website at theopeningtrade.com. All right, so let's take a look. The news has come out a little bit. All right, so Toronto Stock Exchange rose at the open. Let's take a look back at crude oil. Waiting for this candle to close. We are quite far, well, not quite far, but looking at the graph, we see that the current price market is below the 200 EMA. So that's what we're looking for. We're looking for a current candle in step 1, which is this top chart, to turn green. At that time, if step 2 is also green, I'm going to hit buy market because I'm below the 200 period EMA. Now, if I was above the 200 period EMA, I'd be looking for 3 reds in my steps instead of 2 greens. But, you know, that is quite exciting, and we will have videos on that. So we have less than a minute before, and the candle closed red. But I see that step 2 came out of red and went to green. So here I know that I have 3 minutes before the candle closes because I'm on a 3-minute chart here. You see that at the top. So I know that I have just enough time to click through the other charts and see what's happening. So here's the Russell, still all red below the 200 period EMA. Same with the Dow. I have less than a minute before I can see the automated trades take place on the NASDAQ here and the S&P 500. Again, these automated trades, I would like to give them a chance to take place first so I don't touch these charts before they have their chance. If they do not fire because the indicators were not met, that's fine. We'll just
submitted.
Oh, we heard it in the background. We did meet automated trade right here. We did see an automated trade take place on the NASDAQ, but not the S&P. Okay, so now we're in this automated trade on the NASDAQ. You see the range is very big. I'm going to try to make my chart easier to read. We did not see an automated trade on the S&P 500. We did see an automated trade here take place on the NASDAQ. All right, so while this automated trade tries to find some support into the green, I need to go over here and take a look and see what happened in the crude oil. So the crude oil candle closed in the red, but my step 2 is still in the green. So I will be keeping an eye on him in case there's, all right, so here we go. Here goes the NASDAQ. And, and I'm going to hit close just because Powell is speaking. I don't want to run into what I did last time. So we saw a $35 win there. That's great. We like green numbers. They're our favorite. All right, so let's take a look at the crude oil because once this candle closes, could be a good time to buy the market. But we're just going to see if it's green or not. And it wasn't green. And I'm still going to wait another 3 minutes to see if the next candle closes green, even though we are 18 minutes before Fed Powell's second day of testimony. So here we're looking at the S&P 500. It's below the 200 period EMA, but not by a lot. The NASDAQ is dancing around the 200 period EMA. Very glad that I hit the close button and just stopped it in its tracks because you see right now I'd be upside down. We don't like upside down numbers. All right, so here is the Dow. We are pulling away from, it is pulling away from the 200 period EMA. Not Well, it is making a pretty good pull away considering what has happened on that for the day. So here is the Russell, and here we're looking at, I know I'm going quick there. I gotta check that crude oil because once that candle closes, it's got half of what I need to see in order to buy the market, which would be really nice once that candle closed. So here we're looking at the Russell futures. It's pulling away from the 200 EMA in as well. All right, let me give the news refresh. Canadian shares Hoover flat ahead of VOC. Uh, Keeping an eye on my crude oil because if the candle closes in the green, that would mean step 1 has turned green and step 2 is already green, which means it's time to buy the market, which I hope is what's going to happen. Let's take a look at the Russell real quick, the Dow real quick. Back to the crude oil. This is the one I am watching. Here's the best indication for a 3-step annual trade on it, due to how far away from the 200 period EMA line we are. So we have less than 16 minutes before we see the second day of Fed Chair Powell testifying. This will greatly affect the market today. Hopefully not as much as yesterday. There is no guarantee. Guarantee is it will be something to watch. That is for sure. So here we see alright, so my candle closed red. So it's still not time to buy for the crude oil yet. Russell, there is no indications for a good trade, nor for the Dow or the NASDAQ or the S&P, which we know is happening because it's the second day of Fed Chair Powell testifying. That's going to happen in less than 15 minutes Eastern Standard Time. At the same time, the job opening is going to release their report as well. All right, so let's take a look. We're still waiting. If this current candle closes in a green, then it will be time to buy the market. But in the meantime, what's rocking in the news world? All right, so U.S. private freight payrolls increased in February. ADP. Stargate Finance token down 8%. We don't care about uh, crypto. Let's see. That's just me personally. Correction to Roku Finance chief headline and article. Maybe it wasn't that guy who got elected. All right, so gold holds near a 1 week low after Powell signals more rate hikes. U.S. natural gas down 2% as flows drop to Freeport LNG plant in Texas. Okay, so again, that last candle was red. That is not what I want to see. I want to see the current candle I'm in close in a green because my step 2 is indicating green when I am below the 200 period EMA and I got 2 greens. It's time to buy. And we want to buy it all. So come on, give me a great candle. Like shopping's my favorite. Alright, so let's see, flip through these charts. Alright, everything else is again showing I think, what about it?
Order submitted.
Alright, so while I look through the charts, what I did was I buy a stop market here at 76.81. If we see the price market go above that, that is, where we want to be there. So we got a green. On step 2, we're in a current candle. Yes, it looks green, but they're trying to trick you. It's just telling you where it's at, not what it's really going to be. You have to wait for the candle to close to know what color it really came out to be. It's like an airhead mystery. Remember those airhead candies? The white one was the mystery. That might be a silly analogy, but it made me smile. Alright, so we're getting pretty close. If it hits the red line, we could see some action take place. Um, if it doesn't, no worries. All right, so let's take a look here because we have that set up. We can flip through our charts real quick. S&P 500 is trying to come back up to the 200. Same with the NASDAQ. It's trying to get. Oh, sorry about that. Camera battery's got a timer. All right, so the NASDAQ's trying to come back to the 200. Same with the Dow and the Russell. And here we have our crude oil chart. I'm going to leave it here on that crude oil chart. Let's take a look. It is less than 10 minutes before the second day of Fed Chair Powell's testimony. So, that will be effective. Ooh, it got so close. Did you see it? It's so close. All right,
Order
there we
failed.
go. So here we are. I'm gonna move my stop loss. First of all, I'm gonna move my stop loss to the right below the recent swing low. I'm gonna move my green bar here to the 200 period EMA. All right, so now I'm going to be paying um attention. Can I get some assistance? Can you check her? I think she's stuck. All right, so here we go. Green bars. We're paying attention because once it gets up to, actually, we're just going to go ahead and hit
Order
close
filled.
and take the win. So that was just a real good trade, and we're getting real close to when Fed Chair Powell speaks. Um, we don't want to get caught in something. We don't want to be in an open trade when he starts talking because we don't know what the markets will do. And yesterday we saw that they went a little haywire. There, same same thing could happen again today. All right. So let's take one last look. I think we will probably call it a day just because the Fed Chair Powell is about to testify for day two. We did our $95. All right, so let's take a look at if I could get these things unlayered. Here we go. Let's take a look at our account now that we finished trading for this morning. So here we go. See if I was still in that trade on the crude oil, I'd be sad right now. Okay, so here we go. Simulated the opening trade. Here's our cash value. Um, Here's what we won. And here's after the fees. All right, so you guys have a great day. Thank you for watching, liking, subscribing. Check out our automated trades on our website at theopeningtrade.com. Have a great day and come and watch us tomorrow.